and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you on July 1st. I'm actually recording this a day later than normal, so it is actually July 1st. I've had a lot of money moves and I am just sorting things out and figuring out what I'm going to do and what I need to do for my spending and my bills for the first 2 weeks of July. It's a little crazy. It's a crazy month because we have activities and we have vacations and things that are happening, and I have to be very diligent with the money to make sure we don't dip in too far into savings. I'm sure we'll dip into some of the savings. I do have a vacation savings. And keep it all balanced is all I'm trying to do. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. And if you come back week after week, I thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get started on Paycheck 1. This is what we're filling out. I've already got the titles put down on what I'm going to do. And I'm going to explain how I'm going to solve a slight problem that I noticed when I did my budget before I came on camera, just to see what the numbers look like. So here we go. Okay, we're ready for Paycheck 1. Let's get started. First thing I always do is put down the multiple income sources that my family gets, and it's my husband and one of my sons at the beginning of every month. They come in the first of every month, so I always start new at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, if there is money left over, that money goes into savings and start new again in the next month. This month is actually going to be quite tight because the travel, and even though I have vacation savings put aside, we're going to have to see how I work the numbers because getting out the gate here already negative. I can already tell you that. It's a little strange, but it's just how the dates fell and what bills I had to put under Paycheck 1. I'm putting more bills under Paycheck 1 than I have in previous months. And I think this happens like once a year when the calendar kind of moves and creeps and you get that third paycheck or fourth paycheck in a month, your magic month. It kind of adjusts the way the bills fall and where your pay schedule goes. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and how I'm going to solve this problem. Now, not everybody can do what I'm going to do in this problem, but there are alternatives and we'll talk about that later. So the first thing I have is my husband's military retirement check. This is a pension check. It comes every month since he retired, and that is $1,759.30. The next thing we have is my husband's VA disability. When he retired from the Navy, he went to the VA. They scanned him head to toe, looked at his records, and his compensation is $2,353.39. I wish that they would do that with dependents. I'm sure we could have benefited for something like that. But it doesn't work that way. So rent, and I forgot to put dividends. So we have a Navy Federal Credit Union account, and in that account there are dividends. It's just 2 pennies a month, not that big a deal, but I am one who has to know to the penny what's in the bank account all the time. Paycheck 1, this represents my checking account. So when I can get this in balance, I know where I'm at and I know where I stand, and any fluctuation in that I track in here. So on the first, this is what happened. So my son's rent is $74. And I'm gonna erase that. $774. And I always put the pennies for dividends that I see in the bank account, and I saw it this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the 2 pennies. Usually I put it as an actual, but this time I saw it because I'm not doing my Paycheck 1 early, I'm doing it on the first. This is where it's at. So balance forward, we did bring money over from June into July. I don't do that normally. I usually put it all into savings, which I did put quite a bit into savings, but this time around I did leave in the checking account $326.00. And I'm going to put $0.00 for other because I have no estimated amount of any extra income. But if I have extra income, I am going to put it in the actual column when it happens. So here we go. The balance forward actually is 2 items. Now, if you saw my closeout for the month, it was Paycheck 3, week 5, end of the month closeout. And with that closeout, I thought I would only be bringing over $256, which was this one of the tithes that I would check here in this box. I will show you on the calendar. Let me get that. It'll be less confusing. So if you do follow me and you're like, wait a minute, you said you're only bringing 256 over. Well, I had to make an executive decision that made sense to me. Here's the 256 that I needed to cover with June's money because my husband got a check on the 30th, which is represented here. I can't get all 6 of these in this one box, this one box here. So yeah, there you go. So I moved the Dr. Odell. This was a sticker I had on the 1st from here on this payday. I went ahead and did the Roth on this day, but so that didn't stay in a checking account, but the Dr. Odell did. Dr. Odell, as you see highlighted in blue here, means it goes on my credit card. And I didn't want to make just a $70 payment to the credit card when on Thursday the 6th, I'm going to pay any bills and spending on my credit card on that Thursday. So I just decided to leave it on there and let that money balance forward over into July. So that's where that came from. Hope that made sense. If not, please leave a comment and let me know. So I have all this right here totaled up, and see if I can get my calculator on without a glare. There we go. And we're going to total this up right now. I will be right back. Okay, here we go. So we have in total for income $5,212.71. Pretty good amount. I mean, normally that's more than enough to cover the first paycheck of the month, but the calendar moved a little bit and I had more bills for paycheck 1 than I normally get in the year. So that's going to kind of taper back down again starting in August, and I should be okay going forward. But this month, because I increased grocery household for the summer and restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, all that stuff for any extra that I might be spending there, I wanted to be realistic. Because I increased the budget there, it's going to put us in negative numbers. And yeah, I really need to have that extra money. So let's see where I'm going to find it. So first I have to put down my totals here on what is going to be coming out in my fixed expenses. I do have like water, which is a utility. I already know the amount, so I'm going to keep it in the fixed. The only thing variable is my spending categories that are part of my weekly check-in and what I track. All spending goes on the credit card. None of it goes to the checking account. So this is how I'm actually going to solve this issue. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's go ahead and see where we're at. So tithe, as you see, I have 4 squares here, and I'll just show you. So God's Pantry and PHC are both tithing. We like to diversify our tithing, I guess, with all the different incomes that come in. We give 10% through all of them. And then we have the tithe that I brought over from the last paycheck on the 30th in June. That's here. That's June's money that came over. And then I have Greater Europe Mission, where we support specific missionaries. And that is right there. So there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And instead of listing all 4 out, I've been doing what is just me putting little squares, and then I check them off as the tithing clears, whether it went on the credit card or whether it came out of our checking account. So I've had 2 that have already cleared, the first of the month ones. But the total of all 4, and I almost started without you guys the other day when I set this up, the total of all 4 is $687.75. My Roth IRA, I take this out of every paycheck period, and I put $171 in a money market account I have at my bank, and that just sits there until the January of the next year. I've already maxed out my Roth for 2023. I'm saving up to max out my Roth for 2024. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I do have another Dr. Odell, our chiropractor. This will probably be, oh no, this is not, this is the one that happened here. This is part of this money here. I did see Dr. Odell yesterday. and it got charged, and I will be paying it out of during this paycheck period, and that's why I put it here. Let's see. Amazon Music is my husband's subscription, $9.53. We have our mortgage. Now, I have these listed in the order I have on my calendar just so I can find it easily when I flip back and forth. Not so much for any other reason. They all happen almost simultaneously, so it's no reason. There's no reason where I put things other than in the order I wrote it on my calendar. So $2,477. And 67 cents. That is where we are. Now, $550 of this is a principal only payment that I have auto draft every month in the middle of the month, hopefully, or later, before the 15th. Let's just put it that way, because I'll be traveling a lot this month. But once I have all the numbers from the bank, I will do a mortgage update and let you guys know where we stand and where we are on our amortization schedule based on to where we would have been if we just paid the minimum of $1,900 and some dollars. I forgot what it is, $550 less than this. So that is where we're at. And then August is our 1-year anniversary on the 10th when we bought this house. I can't believe we're almost a year into living here, and it's been great, and I think we're really settled in. So next year is going to be more exploring and more doing things than this year. We're just really settling in and getting comfortable in our spaces. So it feels like home, and I keep saying it's our forever home, so I am happy with that. I do not want to move ever again. After over 15 moves, I can't do it again. So Spectrum is our current internet cable phone, and I got to call them and see if that's going to go up next month or not. But for right now, it is at $192.32. Hoping to catch that before it goes up. HelloFresh, we're not going to do, I think we're only doing 2 HelloFresh this month, not 4. So this time it's $69.93 for 3 days for 2 people, and I think it's a good price, and I don't have a lot of food waste, and it comes every Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I have meals already pre-planned, so I don't have to think during the week. It's the weekends I have trouble with. So there you go. Paramount Plus is our subscription. We've had this subscription forever, like when it was brand new, forever. They don't even have this price anymore, but I'm grandfathered in, so I'm like, I'll just keep it because I have been watching stuff on it. I restarted watching CSI, the original, not CSI Vegas, but CSI with the original crew, and that's been interesting to watch the past few nights. Humana Health, this is our official last month, $570, where our son pays us rent, and then this is going to come out. I've talked to Medicaid, got everything straightened with them. What I had to do to stop doing this is go ahead and give my son the primary doctor that he had under TRICARE and see if they accepted Medicaid as well. And if they did, then make that the primary under Medicaid, so when one drops, he doesn't have to change doctors. And that will be so helpful for his needs because he's autistic. It's so helpful to have it all in one place. And she's my doctor and my other son's doctor and my husband's doctor. So we all know each other pretty well, and it's easier to have the conversation. So that works out. This month's water, I've been putting $55, but it's dropped. I don't know if the price dropped or something. $36.45. I'm afraid to call. So there you go. $6.35 is my instant ink for printing papers at home. And getting ink when I need it. And then Geico, my notes are wrong on this one, and I gotta look. Let me check my email here, because I got something from Geico the other day, and it went up, a few dollars. I don't know whether to look around. 172.28 is the new price. The other price was 169.05. Okay, went up $3.23, which is not a lot, but it is a lot over time because it seems to be going up once every year. So I'm going to go ahead and write the new amount because this is going to come out July 13th, and that's $172.28. So there we go. All right, I've got that number down. Let's go ahead and kind of get this started. So for the fixed amount that I want to go ahead and put down, I'm going to total this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so is the number right? Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and move this up and I can write a little bit easier. $469.27. So this is the total of fixed expenses. All these are set to auto draft. I really don't, except for the water is the only one I have to mail in. I don't, they charge fees, and the cheapest fee I could find is a postage stamp. So I don't have to go and drop it off at the water company. I'm not used to doing that, and I don't really want to do that. So that was the cheapest way to do it. The only one I mail in is this. I'm going to remind myself too by writing this down, mail, to keep an eye out when the mail man drops the card off. And so, yeah, that's most of all of this already. It's pretty much eaten up. Now, this month's grocery household, the totals I am working with for the entire month, I'm going to write them off to the side here. Okay, I have the numbers here. So this is what it looks like. $1,500 for grocery and household for the entire month. $600 for eating out, for family dining out, or just me and my husband, or if we're with a group of people, things like that. $600 for miscellaneous. That means my stickers. I like to use this to buy my stickers, shoes, socks, underwear, things like that. Anything random that we buy on Amazon, that comes out of that category. $300 is gasoline in case we're going to go see my husband's father. Now this won't include vacation gasoline. This is just travel around here. If we decide to go to a sporting event or whatever, we need extra gas to get there because it's 45 minutes away or whatever. Things like that. We thought about going to a baseball game for 4th of July, but there's been storms and rain, so we're not going to do that this year. We're just going to find something on TV to watch because I don't want to be out in the heat and the mosquitoes and so on and so forth. And then $150, this is for co-pays. I should have a $24 charge for like a doctor visit, but it hasn't processed yet, so I'm not sure about that. I have referrals out there I might have to owe money to, things like that, to pay the difference, and then prescriptions. And if I have enough money, like later in the month when I typically have to buy new supplements, I might have to use this for supplements. If not, it comes out of grocery household. So we're talking $31.50 for this month. That's a lot of money, but I just want to make sure we're covered and everything's going to work out okay. So let me go ahead and get the Paycheck One portion of this, which is 2 full weeks, 14 days, pretty much literally. Let me see, calendar here. So I started it here Friday to Thursday, Friday to Thursday, and that's payday. So yeah, pretty much 14 days straight with this income. So I have here for 2 full weeks, I budgeted $600. Restaurants are going to be $240. And then miscellaneous is $240. And gasoline is, let's see, $120 for 2 weeks. Copay, I want to put $60. And then unbudgeted is always $0 until it happens. I have to be very careful this month. I only have like $400 left over. After everything was budgeted, I had to correct my monthly budget. So if you saw that, it's actually going to be a couple $100. If I take out the $1106.50, 57 minus the 570 for the Humane Health. I don't know how I forgot that one. Somehow when I moved all the stickers over, I just didn't do this. And then minus, let's see, 70, Dr. Ardell, and then 200 for my husband's personal money, which is the last paycheck of the month. Yeah, 266.57 is going to be what's left over. So it's not a lot left over this month unless I don't spend everything in these spending categories. Then it might be a little more than that. So let's total this up for what we are doing for our spending. All right, so we have here $1,260 even that I have budgeted for our spending. Like I said before, there's an issue. This is going to show up in a negative number. So let's find out what that is. And I'm going to write that negative number on a sticky note here and pop it on here. And this is going to be the actual that either that balances forward or not. But let's go ahead and get this negative number over with. And then we'll talk about how I plan to compensate for being over because I have more bills than I'm used to paying for paycheck one. So let's get the total, $5,212.71 minus the $4,469.27 and minus the $1,260 that I will need. That's going to give me a negative, let's see here, $516.53. And there we go. That is the number. Whew, that's a lot of money to be short. I'm going to trim this little thing for a budget. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it. So I'm just going to kind of pop that right there. Remind myself that I'm over budget based on this budget, that there's not enough money coming in. Now, I mentioned earlier credit card. Now, all our spending goes on a credit card. All of this goes on a credit card. So because all of this goes on a credit card, it's like a placeholder for a couple weeks or a week, however long it sits there until the next paycheck or the end of the month check, which is paycheck 3, happens for us. We get 3 every month. Let's see what we got. We've got the 1st, we've got the 14th, and the 28th. The 28th only has 1, 2, 3, 4 days. And then I don't know if I've decided to include 3 days into August or not because of my Friday to Thursday weekly check-ins. It may be just the weekly check-in portion. I don't know. Haven't decided that far in advance. I will know closer, and it may look like that's probably not going to happen. I might just have this last week. It's a paycheck. It's just a paycheck. It's not going to go any bills. It's not going to go to anything else, which is why this is so short up here, because it's pushed all the way at the end of the month. And it's my husband's personal money, the money I put to Roth, the money I put, the only ones I really care about is the sinking fund and the tithe. But the problem is none of these other bills that, utilities or home or whatever, aren't coming out with that either. So really there's not, if I didn't want to pay those, I didn't have to. I don't have to pay anything to that. But we choose to. And so I want to keep my sinking funds up. I want to make sure I have the money for like trash, which is going to come out this month. You won't see it on this calendar, but it will happen in my sinking funds because I pay straight from that sinking fund savings account to my credit card where it gets pushed. If it comes out of the checking account, I just move it to the checking account as extra income. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm not sure, but at the end of the month, I will have enough money to cover all the spending categories with that paycheck. I just may have to push it off till the end of the month to completely pay off my credit card. Normally I can pay it off every Thursday. This month I don't think I can do that. I'll pay as much as I can, but we'll see how much total I really need to pay off or wait until the end of the month. But that's probably going to cause me anxiety waiting till the end of the month, because at the same time seeing all that cash sitting there and then going, oh, I'm at GalaxyCon. If you don't know what GalaxyCon is, it's a place where we meet celebrities, get autographs, meets and greets, photo ops, all that stuff. And this year we're really excited, my son and I, and we've gone since 6 years in a row. So there you go. We just love it. So, and it's in my parents' hometown, so I get to visit them and go to GalaxyCon at the same time. And I'm going to be gone a week. That's what this whole thing is, line here is for. So I don't know. It's going to be a crazy month. And my family are going to Virginia Beach for the summer for a week and coming back on, I can't remember what day. Anyways, my husband's got vacation. He's going to be home some of it, and then we're going to be gone some of it. So there you go. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll take it day by day. As far as videos, Paycheck videos, I probably could get up. Paycheck 3 is going to be a little bit harder. That's going to be the end of the month one. And I may have it set up, but regularly, but closing it out and doing the end of month closeout will probably happen in August after I get back from GalaxyCon. So that one's going to be a little late. Weekly check-ins, I may do 2 this month, every other week. So they're not going to really, I'll be doing them at home, but I won't have time to film, edit, upload it while we're traveling. So there's that. But this is Paycheck 1. Let's pray I can, keep it together. But I am expecting a potential of $516.53 on the credit card over. That's just going to sit there until Paycheck 3 happens. I do recommend, though, other options. You can come up with ways to save up just your spending categories on average. So if you spend on average $2,000 or $2,500, and you can have that a month ahead, then the first of the month you have $2,500 to spend the whole month, and you break it up by your weeks and don't spend all that extra cash. If it's hard for you to not spend all that extra cash, then you may only want to give yourself a certain amount every week. That way you stay within that amount in your checking account. If you're not using a credit card, that's a good option. Cash envelopes are a really good option for this. Or have just a month ahead, amount sitting in your checking account, or 2 weeks or 1 paycheck ahead, and just use that paycheck extra money to cover bills that aren't normally in that paycheck period, or bills that just pop up and you just forgot about. That those are good techniques and ways to keep yourself where you need to be in order to pay your bills. I use the credit card anyway. I'm just going to let it sit there. It's going to cause me anxiety. I know it, but I will be fine as long as I keep tracking it. The goal is to make sure I have it paid off by the end of the month. And as long as I'm tracking it on how much I'm spending in every category and tracking it for my vacation and separating the two, I think I'll be okay. I may show what the vacation looked like at the end of the month. I do know I want to get a GalaxyCon budget video up because that's a lot of cash transaction right there. But we'll see what happens there. And hopefully in the middle of all this, I can get my budgeting 101 put up. I promised somebody that, and I'm still thinking about it. And I hope to get it up, at least the first video next week. So I'm just working on it. It's a lot going on right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, I will subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
Once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders. I'm closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough